What is going on, Nitro gang? Happy to see you all here. Let me just adjust this particular slightly destroyed, abused, misused, but soon to hopefully be great again, HPI Hellfire. Hope you all had a good, positive, successful week. Me, on the other hand, I've been having a rough time making Nitro great again, that is, because as you could see, the front of the suspension has seemingly met its prior owner a couple times. So let me wait a little while, get you guys to come in here in the chat, and I will talk all about it. We got Jose Velasquez. How you doing, my dude? Happy Friday to you and the Nitro gang out there as well. So, if you're looking at the front end, I understand. There are questions. I might have some answers. Let me say hello. We got John Hensley here in the stream, who also made his own Nitro acquisitions this week. We got Geo Mac, Pinker RC. We got Rock and Roller, RC Show Off, Awesome Channel Mod, Lotus RC. Now, guys, do you see, before I get down to talking about the Hellfire, because, well, we got a couple problems. Dirty 263, what's going on? LN 555. I promise you guys, I did not try to break it. If I did, I would be upset for about 3 years. Trust me, I am never satisfied when I break a Nitro. That means someone else took this thing out, and that's why it's right here on my table. Paige Smith, how you doing? Thank you for being a channel member. Now, guys, I want to ask you something. Do you all see anything new in the back over there? I mean, is there like anything new at all? Oh, what is that? What is that over there? That's the scent I ordered this week. If you try to get it, the sale's over. I told you to get it when it was cheap, but if you want it, you're gonna have to pay full price. We got ourselves a great couple viewers here. Let me say hello to Nitro Pimp. Happy to see you here, man. Gotta catch up on your video. Anyway, back to the Hellfire. For all of you saying hello to Melissa, she might be busy right now. I think she's watching some kind of show about Detroit Fire. I don't know. Apparently, there's some good-looking dudes on the show. You know, women kind of gravitate towards them. It's like the reason, you know, us men used to watch, you know, Baywatch, right? Baywatch. You know, now that Pamela Anderson is in that new, relatively, I would say, unsure of movie, in my opinion, with that too old for the movie guy, Liam Neeson, also in my opinion. There was a clip of Liam Neeson kind of stumbling around, getting all scared. Did you guys see that little clip? It was all over Instagram. RC Cape Cod, what's going on? We got ourselves all aspects here as well. Let me give a little shout to Melissa to stop watching Chicago Fire. Hey, Melissa. What? People want to say hello to you. Stop watching Chicago Fire. I'm not watching Chicago Fire. She's watching some show where guys' hair is very good. Don't worry about it. You understand, marketing to people that are, well, women is fairly easy. Similar to as marketing, you know, with Pamela Anderson. Anyway, did you guys hear the controversy? Apparently, they asked Sylvester Stallone if he offered her a Porsche. He denied it, of course. As if she didn't work for, you know, Hugh Hefner for many couple decades, that is. Anyway, let's get into it, as they say. We got the Hellfire. Now, guys, I know you're looking at the front and you're like, hybrid. Somebody say it right here. Hybrid. Why did you try to kill it? And to that I say, guys, it wasn't me. Like that song from Shaggy. It wasn't me, okay? It was the prior owner. Now, you're probably thinking, hey, man, Hybrid over here trying to get some pity out of us. It's not that bad. So what? Rip the suspension arm out? It ain't that bad, Hybrid, right? Well, guys, I'm sad to say that the prior owner made it worse than it really should be. We're going to get into it. We're going to chop it up. We will discuss the parts I need to get because, in fact, I looked it up. And I know this does not seem as bad as you might think, but it's actually not too good because of some small, rare, almost impossible to get parts, in my opinion. We got RPM and Big Boys Toys. How you guys doing? Happy to see you here, along with only RC Nitro. That's right. Now, you guys might see I put a name in the title called Best Performance 8th Scale 4-wheel drive RTR Truggy. Do you think I made that up? Do you think I made that up? I don't make things up. Things I say are facts. They exist, even in alternate dimensions. We got CLZ Little John and Lee Mollison. How you doing, my dude? Lee Mollison says the Hellfire was a real bad truggy. And by bad, I'm not sure if he means like good or bad. You know, modern slang, we just gotta say what we mean, bro. Okay, Lee means it was bad. Like literally bad, okay? Like, you know, it wasn't good. I got you, bro. I got you, bro. But we will talk about it in a little bit. This one is as, you know, stock as possible. Of course, the damage is not very good. Give me a little bit of time, guys. And I'm going to wait a little while. And we're going to get down to the damage. The bad thing is, you know, this is a truck from 2006. Might be a situation. Okay, Old Man Craig, what's going on? He goes, Hellfire was the meanest truggy you can get. Now, before I remove the body, Mark, how you doing, man? I do want to show you guys that last week when I told you to pick up that Sen, because it was on a giant fat sale, I got it, okay? It's right there next to my silver play button. So if you want, maybe... If I feel okay, my knee is killing me, I'm going to a chiropractor tomorrow. Hopefully he don't permanently disable your boy over here. I might just unbox that, seeing how I feel. My knee is real bad. I got about 4 different types of cream on them. Melissa's convinced they all help, but the truth is, anything you buy over the counter is garbage. Okay? That's literally the truth. The entire pharmaceutical over-the-counter industry is legitimately trash. None of it is really FDA verified or approved in any way. And honestly, it's all a money grab. The opposite of my channel. Mad Season, how you doing, my dude? Thank you for being a member for 41 months. Bro, I could say that in Russian or Spanish. Which one do you want me to say it in? You pick a language. Russian or Spanish. Which one, Mad Season? I'll say it in Russian and Spanish, or you gotta pick one. Okay? I gotta brush up on my Spanish, but the Russian I'm quite confident in, you know? Can't serve in the wars now. Got a problem with my leg. Alright, Nitro Pimp goes, English is fine. Well, I mean, I guess it's fine, but 41 meses. That's 41 months. 41. Sickening. Anyway. Let's get into what this is. First, I want to show you guys what this would have been like on the HPI listing, because it's always a good idea to know what we're talking about. So I did say it in Spanish for my Spanish buddies out there. Spanish is a great language, actually. I took it in high school, learned it, had a couple nice Spanish girlfriends. In fact, if Melissa doesn't slap me, I might even show a picture of one later. Her name was Natalia. And another one was, I forgot what the other one was. I didn't say nothing. Well, my dudes, let me show you what this would have been like, you know, on the computer. Well, brand new. So, obviously, it is discontinued. All right, so this is where I got the no compromise, best performance, 4-wheel drive HPI truck. I will tell you, they snuck in this HPI over here, because when you sneak in the brand, and let's face it, my dudes, Jimmy George, how you doing? Let's face it. When you sneak in the brand into your claim, you've pretty much eliminated all the competition. So the truth to this statement, highly subjective. You all agree with me on that, or what? You agree with me on that? I could read some of it if you want. Keep in mind, can't move around too much. My knee killing me. All right, so at the time, it was a completely new 8-scale truck. And as far as I know, up until the Vorza, That's right, Jose. Everything is subjective. But in this case, this is 100% subjective because there is no other truck yet this time period. So that's kind of how it is, you know. Let me see what you guys said. Yeah. Although pretty much every HPI from this generation was very, very, very good. Right, HPI Racing has added a completely new 8-scale truck to its market-leading monster truck lineup. That's because during this time period, it would have been, well, the Savage. I see we got a good comment here of, what about the Trophy? So the Trophy Truggy came out much later. This is 2006. At this time, the Trophy wasn't really out. But that's more of an updated design. This, in fact, I think is a higher level model. There was also an SS model, which I also do possess. So let's see what they talk about. Just so we know where we stand, everybody, there were 2 models. This is the ready to run that we are discussing. There was also an SS kit that did not include an engine, came with an unpainted body and many, many hop-ups on the chassis, along with different tires. What does it say? I'm not going to read all this. It looks like nobody cares. All right, so this is the chassis, whatever. We'll talk about it later. So here is a good comparison. So yes, Nitro Pimp, I do have literally a completely brand new Hellfire SS, unpainted body. But I have to work on the brakes. There's something up with the brakes. But I do have a 100% new Hellfire SS that a prior channel member of mine did actually sell to me a couple of years ago at this point. All right, so at this time period, they were kind of comparing it to their only truck that HPI had, which was the Savage. Let's continue. Engine-wise, they had a very good engine, in my opinion. The Nitro Star K4.6 high output. Now, I'm not quite sure what the high output refers to. Maybe it was just a particularly unverifiable claim. Old man Craig, thank you, my dude. Oh, we got Barista Craig. That's right. That's who sold me the old, awesome Hellfire SS. I'm glad Barista Craig is in the chat. Hold on. Are you Barista Craig or did you change your username? I'm not sure. Or are you telling me? No, you are Barista Craig. Okay, yeah. So I still have that Hellfire. I got to figure out what's up with the brakes. Probably a bad servo. I just haven't worked on it in a while. But the RTR is going to be a runner maybe in the next couple, whoever knows, when I feel better and I can go outside. Nitro Pimp goes, those were King Air motors. You are correct, actually, about that. I'm not going to get into discussing what that is. Most people don't know. Okay, old man Craig is Barista Craig. Sickening. I knew if I showed a Hellfire, Barista Craig would show up. Barista Craig, man, Melissa's watching some kind of show with like these Chicago Fire actors, so she's real busy right now, bro. She can't speak to nobody. She's watching something related to Chicago Fire. I don't know what she's doing. But I learned over my years of living with her that if you interrupt her shows, you can get hurt. Okay, you're gonna get hurt, man. So, you know, she comes in and comes in and out. You know what I'm saying? Can't interrupt a Chiquita show. Can't do it. All right, so here we have the high output. Who here knows another engine that HPI claimed? Oh, she's yelling that she's not watching Chicago Fire. Lee Mollison here with a good comment. I was going to get to that. Lee Mollison, I will read it. I think the HO engine had higher port timing. I think you might be correct on that, bro. I did read a while ago that it was some kind of advanced timing. We like timing. Okay, Barista Craig, welcome back to the membership gang. I see somebody did a little gift-a-roo. That is appreciated. Let me just check 1 second. I got to close the thing. Make sure I have the right tab open. Okay, I got the right tab open. Okay, it was Mad Season. Thank you for that, bro. When I'm on a different screen, I can't see who's like doing this, but I see right here, Mad Season. Big ups to you, bro. Big fat thumbs ups. By the way, I haven't been biting this nail like pretty much at all, to be honest with you. Okay, I'm trying to work on this nail right there. You guys might remember, I have some of the worst looking nails in the RC industry. But guess what? Nails don't care about nitros. Tim, how you doing, man? Happy to see you here. Right now, I'm going over some of the specs of the original Hellfire. Right behind is the Hellfire. So let's continue talking. This one obviously is in a poor condition, but who knows? Maybe under this horribly disgusting trimmed body, maybe it'll be 5% better. I hope it will be 10 to 5% better. We got my buddy Boosted RC here, man. Happy to see you here, bro. Let's get back to the HPI as it would have been, because it's always good to know where you're coming from, to know where you're going, as they say. If you're in prison, you probably go back there, but 99% chance statistically that's going to happen. But let's continue. By the way, special thanks to all my long time and new channel members. I know Timothy over here. Tim has been a long time high tier channel member, and I appreciate that. All right, anyways, we're going to continue. So here they're talking about adjustability. This is pretty good. In fact, if you know Arma, they have none of that. Armas don't even like to give you, suspension settings on the bottom. They just give you one position and call it a day. It's quite disgusting, really. Let's continue. So this is an old page. So it seems, this is a 2006 model, right? So these old HPI pages, I'm pretty sure some of these interactive elements that would have been here, like the pictures, they are no longer here. Whatever the reason is, it's possible that, these old websites were written in a different, I don't know, programming hyperlink language, HTML, whatever it was. I'm not an expert in that, but normally when HPI would do this kind of purple box, you would have a picture under each one of these items. But right now, the picture's gone. Here's a good little comparison, actually. I wanted to bring this up. We have a little comparison of all of the models during this time period. So it says the Hellfire is 9.2 pounds. So it's about 4 pounds heavier than the Slayer and about 2 pounds lighter than a Savage. Well, two and a half pounds lighter. So this would have been the lineup, and it says HPI kits size reference. And Break a Leg FPV here goes written in slate. Funny you mentioned slate, bro. I've been getting a lot of ads for that new Amazon car, the slate. Piece of trash, to be honest with you. I mean, it has like a 150-mile range. Who the hell's going to buy that? Jay Crespo RC, what's going on? Happy to see you here with the Nitro gang, man. Anyway, we could talk about the Amazon slate car. It's basically a two-wheel drive tiny pickup that now, without the tax incentive, is going to be probably close to 30 grand. I don't think anybody's going to buy it. Northeast Mods, what's up, brother? Happy to see you here, man. Got to sit here with my leg basically in the unextended position. It's real bad. But, so we got the Hellfire. It's legitimately longer, it appears, a little bit, wheelbase-wise at least, than the Savage. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I think that's a myth, because I literally have a Savage right next to me. I don't know if that's actually the truth or not. Big Boys Toys using those Nitro Gang channel member emojis. That's how you get it done. Nitro MT2, obviously much smaller, and the two-wheel drive Nitro Rush. Let's continue. What else we got? So right now, I'm just doing the learning portion of the stream, because without the learning, what do we really have? If you've watched the new Happy Gilmore, you would know that you have not much of a good movie. Could I get a hell yeah for that? Okay, so we got the RTR. What are these, two different models? Where's the kit version? Why didn't they put the kit version? They were out. I think this is a mistake. One of these has to be the kit, because they were only available in one color, from what I understand. This has to be some kind of error. White boy with the hell yeah. That's what I like to hear, man. All right, let's go to another listing I found. It's an old listing. Well, this is not it. This is it. This is an old listing. Obviously, it's discontinued. We're just looking at the original price that it would have been. So back in 2006, guys. Yeah, Old Man Craig here confirms it's only available in the RTR and the SS. That was definitely a mistake on their website, because There were not two different RTR models. It was just one RTR and one kit, which was the SS model. Incorrect, bro. Guys, I can't believe it. We have more HPI experts here than their website did in 2006. Sickening. So this is exactly the truck we have. It was originally $559. So in time value of money, that's a good amount of money back then. If you guys want, I could do a conversion in time value of money. But that's probably going to be about $850 in today's dollars. You know, obviously all of these old pictures are not going to load anymore because for whatever reason, the way the websites were programmed. Yeah, so we would have had a good amount of resources here, but they're not loading at this point. So it says high output engine version provides increased horsepower and more torque. All right, my dudes, what do you say we get back to the actual Hellfire and unbody it? By the way, for those of you just coming in, there is the Sen Puma Rally. It's about the same size as WR8, but a little wider. All right, my bros. Do you all want to see under the body and what is going on and what it might take to fix it? And I say might because who knows, there could be more. I didn't do a full thorough examination, really. Oh, man. Oh, man. Might have to order a pizza during this video. Break a leg FPV, what's up, bro? All right, so first thing, we have ourselves a hinge pin that is just chilling. John Henson goes, let's check it out. We're going to get there, bro. We're going to get there. So hinge pin, beefy, and straight. So that's a positive. I know you guys are thinking like hybrid over here. Why? It's not that bad. Stop being a drama queen. Oh, we got my good friend Hellfire 08 here. This guy loves Savages, LSTs, and Hellfire so much that he used one of their names as his username. Oh, we got longtime channel member John. How you doing, my dude? He goes, hey, hybrid, ran my Losi 5T and the Slayer. I'm happy you did that, bro. I didn't run anything recently at all. Basically can't walk more than like 50 feet right now. So it's doing pretty bad. Going to a chiropractor tomorrow. Hopefully you guys hear from me again. But who the hell knows? All right, let's take the body off. First, I want to do a little commentary on it's a real shame that this prior owner cut the body like that. That did not need to happen. But it happened. I'm also missing, I think he's supposed to have a wing in the back. I'm missing the wing. This is all we have, right? All right, so let's unbody it, huh? Satan's Rage, man, how you doing? I've had better days, bro. Better, much better. But, you know, can't complain too much, man. All right. I'm going to show you guys the good parts so far. Then we'll discuss the not good parts so far. Good news. Oh, hold on a second. I didn't notice that before. Oh, yeah. The pull starter cord is busted. So first observation, pull starter cord is gone. I cleaned it up a little bit so you guys understand it was actually way worse than when I had it. We do have the original pipe, the original coupler, the 4.6 high output engine. The clutch belt, gear, drivetrain looks to be in good condition. What's up, Harlem NYC, man? Happy Friday to you, man. So, yeah, the pull starter is toasted. Basically, yeah, toast. Just like Kellogg Krispies. Andrew Pope, man, how you doing? So first observation, pull starter was destroyed. At least you could still fire this up using the flywheel if you had to. But, you know, the diff case, someone said is broken. No, diff case looks fine. Where's the diff case broken? Diff case is probably the only not broken thing so far. I mean, it's leaking. It's going to have to get rebuilt, obviously. I mean, it's one of the worst I've... Hold on, is that a crack? Damn. You're correct. The diff is cracked. I see it. I didn't notice that before. Damn it. The diff is cracked. I see the crack right there. Yeah. Oh, man, that's going to be a problem. Guys, I don't even want to tell you how much I paid for this, okay? Because it wasn't this bad in the picture. In fact, it looked almost normal in the picture. Then when I showed up, I was about to bounce, but I already drove. This was a while ago. I already drove a while to get it. So the diff is cracked. That's going to be a sickening issue. I didn't notice that before. So this might be like 25 bucks for the pull start if I'm lucky. That, who the hell knows, that could be impossible. This might have to get retired. Let me have a little moment of sadness, okay? All right, moment of sadness has passed. Let's go to the front end. Yeah, old man Craig goes, yeah, at least I have a near mint SS, but I really wanted a nice little RTR over here, you know? What's a guy gotta do? All right, so let's look at the front suspension on this. So obviously, the front is destroyed. We could see the shock over here. Shock cap has left the building. And the real thick aluminum is bent. I'm not too worried about it. I could bend the aluminum back. But we will need to replace the shock cap at a bare minimum. You know, these are like the HPI HD, I think, big bore shocks. These are pretty good shocks. But I might be able to get away with like something else. So I'm not too worried about that in particular right now. Let me twist it around to this side. Because on the other side, we have something I think is catastrophic. And it's going to be tough to see. So let me see if I could show you. I got to move the camera around a little bit. So first, let's get down to business and talk about the shock itself. The shock is obviously bent. The shock, then this is a real thick shock shaft. So I'm going to start working on it. Maybe I'll be able to get something fixed, but I don't think so, guys. It actually is slightly worse than I expected it to be. And Hybrid over here is disappointed. There's another item that is a catastrophic problem. Let me move the light in this position. John wants to know, how's the compression? Compression, I checked it before. The engine seems... Let me check it right now. It seems good. The compression seems real good. Ugh, I cannot actually even spin the engine over fully. The compression seems real good. You guys hear that alarm sound? One of my neighbors, like, it's a brand new Honda, I think a Honda Pilot. Keeps going off all week. They just don't care. All right, so I'm going to remove the shock just to begin working on it, see if this at least is fixable. John Hensley, bro, thank you for that. But I'm going to... Actually, this I'm not too worried about. There's one other item that I am worried about. And for that, I'm going to put the light on here. Okay. I put the lighting on. Oh, God. So let me remove the shock for now. We'll discuss the shock in a little bit. Because you understand, these are very, very rare parts. This isn't like a regular Traxxas shock over here. This is... yeah, Old Man Craig, I saw that part too. We're going to get to it in a little bit. Well, let me get in there closer. Do you guys... Just have a look. Have a look. Anybody here with an idea of what I am missing? Because I am looking at something that is crucial for this hinge pin. There is something missing that you need for this hinge pin. So normally this hinge pin will go in like that. And there is a holder in the back. It's a grommet. I am missing the front grommet. I think the guy that I got it from a while ago, what's up there, Wonder Bread? The guy I got it from a while ago literally just lost the grommet when he was disassembling it. So right here in this front hinge pin holder, there's supposed to be a plastic style grommet. Bushing, the hinge pin bushing. Correct, Old Man Craig. It's called the hinge pin bushing. This part right here is highly, highly important. I'm going to do an eBay search in a little bit, but believe it or not, that is what I'm devastated about. The hinge pin bushing. It seems not important, but it's more important than you would ever really think, because that sets your suspension geometry. Without that, it's not going to be a good day. So it positions the hinge pin, you see in the back over there, if I zoom in real hardcore, that is the bushing in the back. So the hinge pin will go directly in here and it will get positioned as it needs to be. But this is going to be, in my opinion, a massive, massive problem. What I want to do is take a look at the HPI parts manual. Tony NG, what's up, man? I'm just going over a destroyed Hellfire, you know. Guy told me it was in normal condition. Let me get something to write with. Melissa, can you bring me a pen? I can't walk. Melissa, I need a pen. Hold on, Melissa gonna bring me a pen, guys. So that's actually a catastrophe, in my opinion. It doesn't look bad, but it's a legitimate catastrophe. RC Nitro Flux, thank you, man, for that channel dono. All of that is going back into this truck, and I am sad to say, I think it's gonna be a lot more than that. John Hensley, thank you, man, once again, encouraging me to make it great again. Appreciate that, man. How do I refresh this? Sickening. Oh, error. I gotta reload the page. Hold on a second. Gotta reload it. Melissa, bring me a pen. I can't walk. Who the hell is she watching? It's definitely not David Hasselhoff. Hold on a second, guys. I'm gonna make a list of the parts I need on this RC Car Action magazine, because this 100% electric RC magazine is probably gonna have the only nitro writing it will ever have in its life. So to make it great again, bro, she in her videos. Give me a second, guys. All right, I'm back. Oh god, oh god. All right, guys, I'm back. Let's take a look at parts inventory for this, okay? So overall, the diff is cracked. That's a catastrophe beyond epic proportions, really. Oh man, let me read what Northeast Mods over here said. Northeast Mods goes, yo, hybrid. I'm breaking in an LRP 32 Spec 4 in a Savage, ran a few tanks through it. I was thinking the wheels were spinning way more than they should be. So you're telling me you have a high idle or a bad clutch? Give us a little more info. So far, you're saying you're breaking in an engine and the wheels are spinning. Well, you could either lower the idle or, well, you know, assuming your clutch is good. John, thank you, my dude. John, always a big supporter to the channel. All right. So Northeast Mods goes, clutch belt was wobbling and it ended up having wrong bearings. Okay. So wrong bearings, but that wouldn't really give you a high idle. Tell us more on maybe your issue. We can, you know, think about it. Monty Kriska, what's going on, man? Nitro RC Custom, sorry I didn't see you there before. Happy Friday to you. Let me go over some of the parts that I think we need, and I'll write them down. I've pulled up the HPI manual so far. That's not good. I thought I just needed the front suspension parts, but it appears it might actually be more than I bargained for. More like didn't bargain, because the guy, you know, I gotta tell you, I did not get a real good deal on this. Okay. So let me go examine the manual, and I will write down the parts I need, all right? All right. All right. Big Boys Toys goes hybrid. I put a liter of 20-to-1 gas through the roll fun, going to run 25-to-1. Next, got a kill switch I have to install. Kill switch, not too bad, man. I have a video on a kill switch install. It really isn't that bad. You're basically, the hardest part is going to be fitting that electronics in the radio box. I will say, removing that roll cage over the radio box is going to be something you want to do. Right? It's going to be annoying. All right, let's go back to the HPI manual. The reason I'm here right now is because I want to write down the part numbers that we need. All right. Well, this is part of making vintage nitros great again, guys. So I'm just going to go to the parts to explore the parts views. One thing I will say about HPI, they have fantastic manuals. Beyond fantastic. Extra fantastic. In fact, I think if it wasn't for the old HPI manual when I got my Nitro RS43, I don't know if I would have even honestly understood the hobby as well as I do today. Ray Coral, thank you, my dude, for that super chat. Appreciate it. Just to give everyone an update, I got a halfway destroyed HPI Hellfire. And to be honest with you, the guy didn't say it was this bad. I mean, in the pictures, let me just give you an update. In the pictures, I did see that the shock was broken. So I really thought it was just the shock. Come to find out, we're missing one of the most important parts we need, which is the hinge pin bushing. All right, old man Craig, I'm going to write that down. You know what we're going to do? Old man Craig, I'm going to write that down. Hold on a second. What I want to do is in this 100% all-electric RC magazine, I want to give it a little bit of nitro. Ray Coral, actually, the engine is like new. The engine is in good shape. It just missing a couple things, but these are really old cars, so getting them is going to be a problem. Let me go to something that has nothing to do with nitro, and I'll abuse this magazine. Are we good with that? We want some electric RC mag abuse or no? All right, on the last page, we have a listing for a generator. Actually, I don't like that page. That page sucks. Oh, right here. They're advertising coins. Did you guys ever think you would live to see the day that other than Nitro Girls, you have coins in RC Correction magazine? These are MS70 coins. MS means mint state. So that's the condition. Actually, this is low quality. The higher the MS number is better. Or is 70 the highest? Hold on, I think 70 is the highest because it goes 60, 61, 62, 63. I think MS63 is a high mint state. All right. We're going to write down on the bottom of this. So Barista Craig already gave me one part number. I'm just going to show to the rest of the viewers. We're going to verify it, and I'm going to write it down for the bushings. So I saw you did put it in. Let's just continue this. You know, I'm doing this also to help people kind of track down parts they need. This is how I would normally do it. You got to find the manual, and you got to look at it. All right, so let's continue. So here we're going to have some parts. We're already about halfway through it. Air filter. Clutch. Sickening setup. We got a gear ratio chart. This stuff is real important to understand, like, you know, which gears will give you more torque, which gears will give you, you know, more top speed type of stuff. All right, so This is one of the items. I'm going to leave the diff off for later. I think the diff is obviously cracked, as you saw. By I think, I mean I know it's cracked, so we're going to have terrible drive. Or should I just write down the diff? All right, so the diff part is this center diff? Front and rear. No, it's front and rear. Center gearbox. Where's the center gearbox number? Okay, right here. 85-500 center diff. All right, so we need that part. So this overall part number, I'm going to write it down. So that's 85-500 center diff. All right, 85-500. Let's keep scrolling, baby. As Fred Durst likes to say, keep on rolling. Later, Wonder Bread Man, later. All right, so here we have the shock parts. I saw some of them were available on eBay. Barista Craig did say they were. So we got part number, I'm not sure if it's this one or that one, 85-510. That's the shock. As you could see, where you're missing the shock cap on that one. It's real bad. That's assuming the shock itself isn't destroyed. So I'm not sure if we need the parts reference manual. I need the reference parts. So I'm gonna write 85-510. 85-510 shock. I'm gonna write this one 85-510. But why does it say there's 8 of them? There definitely is not 8 of them. Or is it 85-518? I'm gonna write both. 85-518. I'm writing it down, all right? Next, we need those hinge bushings, the hinge pin bushing, and the front suspension. That's gonna be a pain. Hold on, where is the part? Did I miss it? I need the hinge assembly, hinge pin assembly. It's the shocks. Where's the hinge pin assembly? Sickening. 85-518 is a shock cap. Okay, I'm gonna circle that. I got it. I'm looking for that bushing, the hinge pin bushing. Let me scroll this down like vigorously. I'm gonna vigorously scroll. With extra vigor, everybody. Like the Acura Vigor. Anybody remember the Acura Vigor? Okay, here we go. The Acura Vigor in the 1990s. All right, so one of these parts, here we go. 85-504. It's this part right there. Right here. This is the hinge bushing. 85-504. All right, so far, I think that's what it is. That's right, the Acura Vigor was actually a hardcore car, man. I used to like those old, late 80s, early 90s Acura designs were fabulous. All right, guys. So this is what I wrote down in the RC Car Action magazine. So we have no surprises. These are the only Nitro parts this mag will ever get. I'm going to go to eBay real quick, all right? All right, let me do a little search for it. Give me a second. HPI. What part number you want me to search for? Left, middle, or right? Say it. Left, middle, or right? Go ahead. Chat. Left, middle, or right? These are the 3 part numbers. Bushing, shock cap, center diff. That's assuming the rest of the shock is not destroyed and I can normally bend this back and there's nothing leaking here, okay? That's assuming this is be okay. Okay. So the chat says all of you guys basically are competing with each other right here. I see. Sickening. All right. Well, let's go left to right, okay? I'm just gonna go left to right. Let's go left to right. So 85-500 is the diff. 85, 85, 500. All right, so here we go. Does that appear to be correct? All right. All right, so my eBay results show me that. All right, so the diff case apparently is in stock. I thought it would have been part of like a parts combination or something, like a parts tree. 85,500. Oh, this is not bad right here. I'm gonna order this one up. My best source. Diff case Hellfire. That's a discount right there. Sickening. All right, so this is good. This is good. I'm gonna do add to cart. Give me a second. I have to cover this in case there's like private info in the cart. I know there's no private info in the cart. Okay, so we added it to cart. I have it in the cart for now. Let's search for the other part. Other part would be the shock cap. Actually, no, I want to look for the bushing. HPI, because the shock cap I might have something, but 85504. 85504. All right, so this is the bushing. HPI center bulkhead set. No, that's not it. 85504. All right, so basically we got this and we got this. The cheapest one would be, you guys see okay? My viewers' clarity is top priority to me, guys. I care about how you see shit, okay? It matters. If you don't see something, you let me know. All right, so this would be the cheapest one right here. Yeah, so these little bushings, believe it or not, these small little bushings are like the hardest to get. So 18 plus shipping, so it'll be about 25 total after tax. So I'll see if they have like similar parts from the same seller, but I doubt it. I'm gonna add it to cart for now. No thanks. Okay. Let me go look for the shock cap now. So the next part is HPI 85518. Sickening. On the shock shaft. Booster Craig, I'm hoping I can straighten the shock shaft out. All right, so the shock caps are not crazy either. So the cheapest one we got are going to be either way $10, no matter how you put it. So let's see. I'm going to get these ones, I think. All right, shock cap 85518. Correct part number? Yeah, it appears correct. I'm going to add to cart. For now, I'll keep that in the cart. Let's see. So far I'm at $40. Plus tax is going to be some extra crap, depending how it goes. All right, so far I'm at $40 and just like basic HPI restoration parts. Let's continue, all right? All right, Northeast Mods, there could still be more items. That was just my preliminary observation. All right, so it's in the cart. Let's continue with the rest of this. All right, the rest of this looks fine. This is just a dog bone. CVD is fine. Gotta bend this back. Let's take a look around. Anything here? No, okay. What I want to do now maybe is see what we got going on with this shock. Maybe I'll just this Maxwell Buckner. How you doing, bro? Yeah, it's not just the arm. It's a lot of stuff. Actually, the arm survived. Is the arm okay? You know what? The arm is actually fine. The arm is not destroyed. Yeah, the arm is fine. Sway bar link is fine. The bumper is fine. So all that happened really, shock tower bent. this part broke on top, and the shock shaft bent. Shock shaft probably not going to be cheap. Well, let's take a look inside the shock shaft. What do you guys think? Oh, I forgot the pull starter was bad. Damn it. The pull starter too. Damn it. Forgot the pull starter is toast. I was all excited already. You gotta have a pull starter. If you want to run rich and loud. See what I'm talking about right there? It's devastating. Devastating what happened to this Hellfire. But, you know, it's in the right hands. Hopefully, it will make a full resurrection. Compression is good. I checked it earlier. It's tough to spin over, by the way. Compression should be fine. But we got ourselves a pull starter. I got to look for the part of the pull starter, guys. Let me bring up the manual once again. I got to look for the pull starter now. I mean, I'm pretty sure many of these are going to be the same for HPI anyway. I'm just searching the manual. I don't think people care about seeing this. All right, I'm looking for the part number. Damn. Pull start is not as what they call pull start. Okay, I found it. Hold on a second. Let me see what you guys are saying. Sorry I didn't respond to most of you. Oh, well, I do want to pull start on this, to be honest with you. So its pull start number is 15226. HPI 15226. Oh my god. Oh, I hope they're lying. I hope they're lying. $941. What the hell is that? $15,226. Guys, do you want to see what the 15226 is? I think a lot of these pull starters are the same actually for the Savage engines. Who wants to take a guess? It seems that there's one available. 15226. So the Savage XL K5.9 and the 4.6 are the same. 125. That, I mean, is this guy crazy? This guy's crazy. What's up there, Break a Leg FPV, man? This just gave me a hot sweat. That part on the left side. Hot sweat. Hold on, did I mean cold sweat? I meant cold sweat. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. That is nasty. Why did they do that? Yeah, Jason Brawley. I know. 100. I mean that's insane. It's gonna have to be that way for a while. Did I just get a heart palpitation? Might have. All right. That was not. I gotta say that was not sickening. That was less than sickening. That was piss you off level behavior. Let me calm down a second. That was nasty. Yeah, 125. They're crazy. That was beyond belief. Hellfire gonna have to wait till I get a third job. Alright, so the shock cap comes off really easy, which is not a good sign. Got a question. Does that fuel filter come stock from Maxwell Bruckner? I know these are optional fuel filters. Let me check what it would have looked like. Brand new. Hold on a second. But I know those were sold as optional. Does the Hellfire have it? Okay, in the picture, it actually had this fuel filter installed. I just checked. So it looks like in the HPI picture it did have it. Yeah, Nitro Pim goes to Hellfire. Just got has that filter. So it would have been stock. All right, so the inside looks pretty normal. The bladder is there. And most of the shock oil is there. Look at that. HPI parts quality is so good that even when it cracks, it's still good. That's extra sickening, actually. Can't believe it. Most of the shock oil is actually still there. It doesn't matter because I'm going to have to remove this fully and completely, well, straighten it out. I wonder if I can do it tonight. All right. So yeah, they even use titanium nitride coated shafts. Yeah, the spring looks normal. I think once I straighten it out, it'll be okay, but it's gonna have to be disassembled from here fully. Sickening. It's not easy to really bend something like this, to be honest with you. Plus, the shock tower is bent, but it's not too bad. I can fix that. The big thing, the damn pulse starter, is the problem. Mr. Audio, how you doing, man? For everyone just joining us, oh, look at the exhaust is a little bent, the stinger. That stinger is not happy to see me. That stinger, not happy to see me, guys. Sickening. This Hellfire was a mini letdown. I should have got it for much less. I overpaid. I don't want to get into how much I paid, but I overpaid. Oh, Northeast Mod said the LRP pull start will fit. Will it fit? I think it should. I think you're right about that. I'm going to look into it. All right, what else can we do? All right, so that's basically toast for now. I'm going to have to stick this, disassemble it, put in a vise. I'm wondering, should I try to remove the shock shaft right now? All right, so I'm going to remove this bottom portion. Definitely, the O-ring is crushed too. That's gonna be bad. I'm gonna have to silicone that, I think. Damn it, just when I think I'm in the clear, they bring me back. You need that O-ring. Unless that's silicone. That might not even... Is that even an O-ring? This does not look like O-ring material. Anybody here know? Oh man, Nitro Pimp, man. I'm gonna watch your video. I'm sorry about that. Oh, we got Tarek here in the stream. What's going on? Yeah, man, this is a sickening HPI Hellfire that I bought a while back. I never did a stream on it. But pulled it out today. We're going over it, bro. We're going over it. First thing, let me give you a synopsis. Or is it synopsis? I think the way you say it is synopsis. Shock shaft killed. I could probably bend that back. This I found on eBay for about 10 total. The shock cap for the Hellfire, 06 Hellfire. The really weird thing... Well, I mean, it's pretty common, but... First of all, pull starter toast. Pull starter cord toast. But what Nitro Pimp noticed when I was spinning the spur, it appears, and I've never seen that before, but that center diff is broken. That's why it's full of oil. You see that crack over there? As I move it, the center diff is cracked. I have never seen that in my life. Anybody ever hear cracked a center diff? I have literally, there's oil coming out of it as I move it. I have never seen that before in my life. Has never happened. The other thing, we're missing a couple bushings for the front of the hinge pin. So actually, this is gonna need like 5 part numbers. It's bad. Yeah, Lotus Go's never seen that. I've never seen that. Sickening. Extra sickening. This kind of pisses me off. Let me see what we can do. So as I was saying, although the front suspension looks like it's easy to fix, there's actually a massive, massive issue. Bro's the correct, thank you, bro. He goes, have you tried a Force engine branded pull starter? I have not. I don't have a Force engine. I have an LRP engine that I could try, but the thing is, I don't want to be scavenging parts from good engines. That's the thing. I want to be, well, not scavenging parts from good engines. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the thing. So this I can bend back. That's no big deal. What's up there, Offna guy, man? Happy to see you here. I have a fully injured Hellfire on the table. It's injured by the prior owner. You guys want to guess what career the prior owner had? It's basically typical of people that destroy all RCs. I don't want to say all. That's not a true statement, but most. The bad thing is we're missing this bushing in the front that locates the hinge pin. Without that bushing that's supposed to be in this hinge pin, it's toast. There's no way you're going to get a straight geometry for the drive. It's rickety rack is correct. I don't want to say it, but somebody say it here in the chat. I don't want to put the guy down if he's watching, even though I think I got a worse truggy than I expected. I still don't want to put people down that I bought from and that I know. That's not the right thing to do. All right, so engine is toast. That is toast. I'm gonna ask you guys: do you want me to start working on it or what? I could get to removing the engine. I know the engine is actually good. It has good compression, but the pull starter is toast. So if you want, I could start getting to remove it. Remove the engine or take a look at the shock shaft. What should I do? By the way, for those of you just showing up, here is that Sen that I ordered last week that I said people should get, but nobody got. Nobody. I got the deal. My buddy Ben got the deal. No one else got the deal. Oh, we got ourselves. Let me refresh this chat. Hold on a second. I gotta read this. From max settings, he goes, Ran my WR8 Nitro today. I love that thing. Well, bro, we love that thing as well. Yeah, you can't kill a WR8. You know, it sucks that they raised their prices like kind of so much. They used to be much cheaper, right? So, I'm not sure if this is an O-ring or not. I'm going to have to look at the assembly manual. This looks completely too bent out of shape to be an O-ring. Maybe this is silicone. All right, how about this? I'm going to start taking the oil out of it. Nah, I was wrong. It's definitely an O-ring. Yeah, that O-ring is toast. Haha, very good one there, 713 Ace. Very good one. I would say 50% chance of that being true. And the other 50% of it not being true because, you know, I wouldn't buy nothing from that guy. Max settings, good question, bro. He goes, hybrid, do you set your idle gap before you start running? So max settings, you know what we can do? Let's take a look at the idle gap on this engine. Good question here from max settings. Question about, do I check the idle gap? Well, let's see what it is here. And, you know, I'll see whether I need to set it or not. So I have a piece of foam in there. Let's just take a look, you know. I'm not saying this is good, this is perfect, but... All right, so you could see inside that engine pretty well right now. I'm going to open up the carb. So I would say that idle gap is perfect. So with this idle gap, I would not mess with. I would start with something like this. Now, there's a lot of, you know, theory on what you tune first, the high speed, the low speed, the idle gap, whatever. But generally, for a carb like this, you would want to be like, you know, 0.5 to 0.8 millimeters, which is like a standard amount. Yeah, off the guy, bro. I'm happy to have you listening. You know, if I say anything wrong, let us know. I appreciate corrections. I'm not a hater that cannot be corrected. But these are my experiences. So I would say that idle gap, and I'm going to do a little zoomaroo. You guys agree with that idle gap? That looks to be pretty normal to me. So I would start with something like that. You know, let's say you have an engine that you have to keep raising the idle gap. Usually that means you have low compression, you know, on a single needle carb, or your other needles are completely out of whack. So for me, this would be a starting point on something like this on pretty much every other engine. Now, like generally small block ABN engines like the 15FE wind up having a larger idle gap. That's just always been my experience. But on something that's like an ABC and a normal quality engine, that would be appropriate. Make sense? Good. All right. So that's pretty bad overall, missing the pull starter. I didn't actually note that in the pictures because the picture I saw, the body was on. So when I bought it, I didn't know the pull starter was gone. To be honest with you guys, I hate buying Nitros where the pull starter is missing. Only because it shows you a lack of proper operation on the owner's side. Do you all agree with me on that one? Yeah, Ray Coral goes, yep, exactly. All right. So how about this? I'm going to start disassembling this shock for a little bit. John agrees as well. Yeah, it's like the little things, but trust me, when you see a pull starter is gone, yeah. So the thing is, I also didn't really get a good deal on this. I wound up paying a good amount of money. You know, you guys want to take a guess how much I paid for this? It's not a little bit actually. It's actually a lot of it. If it was very little, I wouldn't be that upset. Well, I mean, you know, I'm not like upset. It's not like worth crying over or nothing like that. But so I wound up paying 400. Come on, guys. Ray Coral is close, about 200 bucks. So I wound up paying about 200 bucks. But yeah, it's a clear sign of abuse. That you know, we're not putting down the seller or nothing. You know, not everybody could be a Nitro guru that watches this channel. I understand. But it's just an observation that I'm making. You know, I don't want to put people down when I'm talking about their prior things. That's not the right thing to do. All right, so I guess I'm going to start. Oh, man, you know what? I don't know how I'm going to get the shock shaft out, actually, because I can't push it back, and I can't get rid of it. Guys, I don't know. This might have to get bent while it's still in here. Anybody have any ideas? How am I going to remove the shock shaft? I can't push it up. I would have to remove the screw on the inside, the nut on the inside, but like it's too deep in there. Yeah, 713 Ace, you're correct, bro. You are correct. Well, you know, I don't want to be a complainer or nothing, but you know, I'm just talking about expectations versus reality here. My expectations were that this was a better truck. Reality is it needs some attention. The engine is good, other than the carb. I'm sorry, the pull starter. Thinking how I'm going to bend this. I might have to just bend it back like this and then just straighten it out. Let me see if I can bend it. I mean, I won't be able to bend it. What's up, Dad and Mads? How you doing, man? So I know... Damn. Bending titanium nitride is not like bending a Traxxas shock. The Traxxas shock shaft I could easily bend. Nah, this is not moving. Oil just shot out all over my room. All over. This is a problem, actually. How am I going to fix this? My entire curtain is full of oil right now, my dudes. My entire curtain. This truck is laughing at me. It's not cool, Hellfire. It's not cool. I've actually ran into this problem now. How am I going to get rid of that? I'm going to try to bend it again. 1, 2, 3. Bend, baby, bend. Alright, man, I think I bent it maybe half a degree. Alright, once again. Someone say, bend, baby, bend, like Trump. No, I can't do it anymore. Alright. Bruce Craig says, heat it up. Alright, I might be able to... I bend it a little bit. You guys could see it's moving back. I'm going to do a little more. It might bend back if I do a little more. All I need to do is just get it out. I don't need it to be perfectly bent. Oh, man. All right, let me see. Hold on. My back hurts there for a second. All right. John Hensey goes, bend that bad boy. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying, but this is real thick. Yeah, 713 Ace goes, you'll end up with 2 bends. Well, not if I do this correctly. Yeah, max settings, I agree. I mean, I did a little bit. It did move up, right? I mean, it's closer. Not much, but it's closer. I think a little more, and I'll be able to get it. What if I remove these parts right there? I need some kind of pick. This is proving to be a problem. All right, so we got this removed. Got that removed, and that's it. It's basically another plastic washer in there. What's up there, Joey Ace, man? Trying to remove the shock shaft. I mean, I think I did an average job so far. All right, we're going to do bend, baby, bend again. Nah, that's not. I can't do that anymore. The lever effect is not as good as it was before. Nah, it's not working. I'm gonna have to heat it up greatly. The thing is, I don't want to screw up the shock shaft. So actually, this basic element is actually proving to be a problem. I wonder how much these shocks cost. I might need a completely new shock, everybody. What do you all think about that? It might be. Let me check out how much a shock cost. Yeah, good luck getting a shock. It's impossible. Okay, a shock shaft is $15. I might have to cut that shock shaft out. All right. I think this is the correct shock shaft for it. I might have to actually cut the shock shaft off and just replace it. Yeah, it says Hellfire. That's the correct shock shafts. Sickening. All right, so currently I'm at, holy moly, on just basic parts for this. Plus tax, so it's going to be like about close to 70. Sickening. Yeah, barista correct. Yeah, that's the correct part number. Not very sickening, my dudes. I don't know what else I can do on this, honestly. I need to repair the whole front end. All right, the rest of it looks normal here in the front. I'm gonna start removing this portion. Toast. Where did the nut go? Don't you hate when you lose the nuts? Oh, the nut is gone. Old man Craig wants to know, how's the fuel tank? So the fuel tank is good. I checked it. It has very good seal. There's no issues with the seal at all. Fuel tank is perfect, believe it or not. Surprisingly. Guy couldn't kill the fuel tank, you know? Killed a lot of stuff, but not the fuel tank. Bottom looks okay. I would say nothing bent. It's a normal amount of chassis wear on the bottom. Pipe looks normal. What do you guys think? Should we have a little bit of a pizza party? I'm not joking around. I'm serious right now. I'll order up a pizza right now. In the meantime, I'm going to remove the engine, I think. For real, bros. Pizza party or what? Melissa? Melissa? Will you go get my pizza, please? I'm going to order it. All right, guys. I'm going to order up a pizza right now. Melissa's going to go pick it up. Give me a second. I'm going to order up the pizza. Can I get a hell yeah? You got it? Yep. I'm going to order up right now. You'll see it. Okay, I'm ordering. Hold on. It's going to be a special New York style pizza. From Domino's, though, okay? Like, let's not get crazy out here. It's going to be Domino's, baby. It's going to be a New York style pizza. Normally, I would get like a pan pie, but like it's going to be a pan pizza right now. I'm sorry. It's going to be a New York style pizza. What toppings? We got any items? Any requests for toppings? I'm going to show you right here. What's up, Ben, man? I just pulled out the Hellfire. Yeah, Ray Coral. All the regular pizzerias are already basically closed, you know? So I can't... That's not an option at this point. Right now, it's basically Domino's City only. All right. I'm going to order up a regular Domino's New York style pizza. All right, we're going to do light sauce on that one. I got, acid problems. What's up, Joshua? Jonathan Barnett, my bad. Let me ask you all a question. If I do mushroom, anyone going to be upset over here? I'm going to do mushrooms, all right? Yeah, I don't want to do any of their meats. Stuff gives me heartburn. Special instructions, none. All right, let me block this. I'm going to block, when it orders, I'll let you know. I'm going to put it on the car for a second, okay? All right, Melissa, you ready? Well, not yet, not yet. So we got a New York large, no extra cheese. All right, done. Parmesan bites, no thank you. Let's go to cart. Go to checkout. They keep trying to sell me extra things. In about 15 minutes, you'll see a pizza. All right. Continue checkout. Continue. In the meantime, I'll work on the RC. All right, place order. All right, hold on a second. Just so you'll know, I ain't joking around. Here we go. We got the pizza Domino's tracker. Ordered, baby. Oh, look at that. They're already in the prep stage. That was real fast, baby. That was real fast. Nah, I don't do delivery. I only go get it. But, I can't go outside that much right now. So, because, permanently, basically halfway disabled right now. So, Melissa's going to go get it. All right, Melissa, you can go in like 5 minutes. We'll see, okay? You guys thought I was trolling, huh, about that pizza? You don't play around with New York style pizza, okay? Especially from Domino's. Yeah, I'll let you know when it goes on bake. Sickening. Yeah, when it's basically in the quality check, you could already start going. All right, my dudes. Regarding the Hellfire, we got any unanswered questions? All right, so we already know I need about $70 worth of parts. It's pretty disastrous. I would say high-level disastrous, really. Ray Coral, man, it's not doing too good. I'm going to a chiropractor tomorrow. That's why normally I'd be the one getting the pizza. I love going picking up some pizza because then, you know, you can sneak a slice in the car while it's real hot. But I got to send Melissa to go get it, unfortunately. That's the problem right now. What do you guys say? If you want, I can maybe consider, and I'll think about this with great jest. Okay, great jest. That Puma Rally Sen. Well, it's a Ford, really. Now, I don't know. Last time I touched an electric, I basically disabled my back, so can't be doing that, I think. I had Melissa put it right there on top of the box. Pizza incoming soon, my dudes. Pizza incoming. Who knew a simple bent shock shaft could cause so many headaches, huh? Let's wait till it gets to bake, and then we're going to go out there. Right, it's still in prep. Pizza's in prep. Oh, it's in bake, baby. They just put that pizza in the oven. You gotta love the Domino's. Like, look how good that system is. It's real good, man. Bag doing pretty bad, bro. Pretty bad. I'm going to a chiropractor tomorrow. It's in bake, boo. It's in bake. What? No. All right. I got something else. While we're waiting for the pie, I got a way to cheer you guys up, all right? You want to be cheered up or what? Tell me. Do you want to be cheered up? What's in the box? What's in the box, everybody? If you want to get cheered up, can I get a cheer up? Hell yeah. It's not the pizza, not here yet. Pizza not here yet, guys. Don't get too cheered up. You know, I don't want you to get over cheered. It's magazines, baby, magazines. I think some of these have never been shown. Losi 2-speed clutch bell, but without the pinion gears, though, unfortunately. It was basically useless without those. I wonder if we can find that particular Hellfire in one of these magazines. So I know it's a 2006. This is RC Nitro 2004. Best in the world. 2004. So the Hellfire is not going to be in this one. We got RC Nitro. Oh, this is the 100 mile per hour Super Nitro. This is the one from last week, from the year 2000. Sickening. This is the 100 mile per hour Super Nitro right here, bros. Kyosho V1R. RC Nitro with the Revo. So this must be 2004. So the Hellfire came out in 06, so it wouldn't be in this magazine yet. Oh, we got W. How you doing, man? Congratulations. He said, got his first Nitro yesterday. Well, bro, tell us what you got. We all want to know. We are a curious bunch on this channel. Oh, yeah. Oh, once again, the 100-mile-per-hour supercar. Sickening. This is from the year 2001. I'm looking for newer ones. Oh, this is one the band Static X was on the cover. Metal meets RC, baby. They kind of look like D-Generation X from wrestling, huh? Oh, XTM Mammoth. I know one of our awesome channel viewers, Tarek, is working on a Mammoth right now. This was a music metal band. You guys want to take a look at this mag? I mean, I could do it until we get the pizza. What do you say? Mag or no mag? I don't even know what the rest of them in here are, to be honest with you. All right, I'm going to close the rest of them. All right, Terra goes hell yeah because of the XTM. So one of our channel viewers, Tarek, is building himself a sickeningly fast XTM Mammoth. So why don't we take a look at one? Yeah, I think the Mammoth is probably the fastest RTR truck ever released, right? All right, pizza's still in the bake. It's in the bake. All right, my dudes, you want to take a look or what? So this is from the year 2004. We got a low C LST. This would have been, yeah, the heyday of the LST days. This is a proper truck. It's the intro. We got a Tamiya TNX. Hold on a second, my dudes. I gotta go fix something in the toilet that keeps leaking sometimes. All right, I am back. Oh, the pizza, baby. Hold on a second. Pizza is complete. You gotta respect the Domino's app. They really treat you with good, up-to-date information. All right, I'll be here soon. All right, let's go back. Tarek, bro, I appreciate that, bro. He goes, Hellfire, baby. In the hole. I added the in the hole myself. Thank you for that. Super chat to the channel. Yeah, so, I'm going to order up those, at least half of those parts. I'm going to try to fix the shock shaft myself, but let's wait on the pizza, and let's continue reading this old magazine. I know Nitro Pimp has a bunch of these as well, the particular RC Nitro ones. These are my favorites. All right, let's continue, everybody. TNX, so far, this I have never had, but if I'm lucky one day, I will yell fire in a hole in the TNX. Oh, W goes, I bought a Tamiya on-road Nitro kit. No way, bro, that's awesome. Which model? That's a proper RC, bro. W, one of our channel viewers right here, bought a Nitro Tamiya on-road. Those are rare, real proper quality. We love Tamiya on this channel, just so you know, we love them. Let's continue. I hope the pizza's going to be good. We got some Team Associated Monster MGT stuff. Sickening. Team Orion. Didn't I run this in an MGT? Yeah, I think I did. I think I ran this Wasp 28 in the MGT recently, didn't I? Yeah, my last MGT video had this engine in it. All right, let's get down to where the XTM is. That's what people want to see. I'm not going to cover all of this. I'm really hungry right now. Oh man, Tarek, I had the stuffed crust cheese pizza before, but today I ordered the New York style crust one. The New York crust. It's kind of a thin crust, and they cut it into bigger pieces basically. Otherwise, it's a regular pizza. But I've had that one. That one's amazing. Oh yeah, we got the Mad Force here on the right. It's basically like the modern USA 1, except, well, original. The chassis was obviously a little different. The suspension was also different. But if you notice, the Mad Force still has the same 3-speed as the USA 1. I know a lot of viewers here still own the USA 1. I know John Hensley's favorite truck is the USA 1 as well. Oh man, W, the correction. He meant he bought a Nitro Rustler. Okay, my bad, bro. Nitro Rustler. That's a proper chassis too. People here love the Nitro Rustler. Actually, you know, people here love every Nitro. But I think the Nitro Rustler has a special place in their hearts. Just like the Domino's Tracker has in mine. All right, let's continue. Team Orion stuff. We want to get down to the XTM. What's up there, Raw RC, man? Happy to see you here. Raw RC, let me give you a little, you know, catch up. Bought a Hellfire. It needs like $80 worth of parts. That's basically the catch up. The guy messed it up. Well, in all honesty, I didn't buy it from the original owner. We got the S-Max. Sickening. So these were essentially two-wheel drive, kind of meant to be cheap, but with a stadium truck style body and tires. You see right here, it says four-wheel drive module and reverse module. So these were essentially stripped down T-Maxes without reverse and without four-wheel drive. Still very rare. Were they fantastic? It's hard to say. I mean, if you wanted a T-Max, just get a T-Max. But, you know, they were a little more money. But those cars were only a little bit cheaper anyway. All right, we got ourselves the RS43 Evo. Sickening car. The T15, not one of my favorite engines. I will say it's good looking, but not one of my favorite engines overall. So far, everyone I've ever had has been just a problem, really. But that could be personal experience as well. Now here we see a TC3. They are tuning the 2-speed. So there are essentially two styles of 2-speeds. There's ones with a pawl and ones with these two shoes that open up. It's called shoe type. Sickening is what they should call it. All right, so here they have some info on setting a pawl on the 2-speed, which is just a one-set screw. And then the more high-end cars had this sort of clutch type 2-speed. Pizza incoming soon, guys. Pizza incoming. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Did I forget to post a link on Facebook to the stream today? Whatever. Oh, we got the TNX. One day, I want to get it. So these actually had Tamiya made, well, OS made engines. See, it says the FS18 made in collaboration with the OS engines. I mean, that's pretty sickening right there. W, I'm pretty sure that was not a Nitro Clodbuster. There is no Nitro Clodbuster. They just put an ad for like an electric car, for sure. All right, so the TNX, let me just talk a little bit about the TNX. It was a much better version of the Terra Crusher without reverse and a flat pan chassis and simpler radio box. So the original Terra Crusher had a very complicated radio box setup. This is a much simpler setup. $450 it was the price. Also lighter tires. Where's the Mammoth, bro? Where's the Mammoth? One day, I'll get the TNX. One day. Nobody knows when, but one day. All right, so Power Racing Swift RTR. Whoa, that's some carbon fiber up in that. Cheap looking engine, but that's some carbon fiber in that bad boy. Ray Coral goes, love my T-Max. Ray, tell us which model. 3.3, 2.5. You know, when we hear T-Max, we want to know which model. Oh, Serpent 710. Yeah, a lot of the high-end cars had some carbon fiber back in those days too. So this appears to be a 10 scale. Yeah, it's a 10 scale. $415 street price. What the hell is that? It says dynamic rear steering. I don't think I've ever heard of that on an RC. Dynamic rear steering. It does not appear to have a servo though. What is that, like the Subaru SVX? You guys remember the Subaru SVX? It had rear steering. And weird everything else. Okay, well, I'll read about that later. Hella carbon fiber. Please, where is the pizza? My stomach is hurting. Please, let the pizza be here soon. We got some GS engines. I know the viewers want to see the Sen. I mean, the XTM, my bad, guys, the XTM. Here's Static X. I'm going to listen to some of them later on. Oh, I hear the pizza pulling in the driveway. Pizza's in the driveway. Let's hope nobody dropped the box. Oh, they got a poster. This guy looks like Matt Hardy from WWF. This is Matt Hardy with big hair. Hold on. Anybody here know wrestling? Bro, that looks like Taz. Let me look at a couple questions here from W. He goes, I see Nitros with that cutout in the windshield, but my Nitro Rustler doesn't have any. Good question, W. So you're talking about the cutout for cooling. Honestly, if you run the engine within normal operating conditions, you don't need to cut out the window at all. Now, if you want, you can make circular holes. The best thing to do is to make some circle holes. They don't spread cracks. Oh, that guy's standing next to a Ford SVT Lightning. Sickening. Oh, we got some old prices for Tower Hobbies. Now, that is fun. What's up there, Mark? Happy to see you here, man. I'm just waiting for a pizza to get delivered. Where's the XTM, dude? You guys want me to talk a little bit about the prices? Melissa's going to get the pizza right now. Oh, Ray Coral got the old school 2.5 with reverse. Those are great trucks. Once you get the trans dialed in so it doesn't do that, sickening clack going forward and reverse, with the idle trim and stuff like that, it's pretty dope. Tower Hobbies ST15, I had it. Not very good. Savage SS kit, $249. $349, I meant. Said the wrong thing. Man, look at how cheap the Vortex used to be. $3.19. That is hot. Yeah, back then the Vortex weren't that expensive, really. Look at that. The Associated TC3 was more than the Vortex. I had a new Vortex 2.5 back when they first came out. Oh, the Inferno, $6.99. What's up, Melissa? Yeah, pizza? Yeah. Well, let's go. Bring it, please. And some napkins. Ray Kroll goes hybrid. Have I ever installed the reverse in a T-Max? I mean, they come with reverse. Why are you installing a reverse? Oh, we got the XTM. Hold on, let me open up the pie, bro. I'm hungry. Let me get the pizza and then we'll talk about it.
We have a little situation.
What happened?
My backup camera does not work.
We'll fix your backup camera. Yo, this pizza feels very light. There's something wrong with it. Why does it feel so light? Did they forgot to put it in there?
FYI.
This pizza feels real light.
He left my keys in the car today.
Oh, all right. Pizza feels real light. You never want a light pizza. You better not have messed it up. Oh, you know what? It looks... That is... I don't know if that's the New York crust or not. Is that a New York crust? Yeah, it looks like a New York crust. Alright, it looks alright. Whatever. Pizza is pizza, baby. It's not bad. I don't know. They made a hand... This is a hand-tossed pie. This is not a New York crust. I'm going to have to complain. Yeah, this is not the right one. This was hand-tossed. Sickening upset right now. Wanted to have a pizza party with a New York style pizza. They gave me the wrong one. Let me tell you something, guys. I know what a hand-tossed versus New York crust is, okay? Trust me. Andrew Pope, you know what I'm talking about. You know what it is. They gave me the wrong pizza. Damn sickos. Don't get me wrong, I'm gonna eat it. But I'm not happy. Let's see what they talk about the XTM Mammoth here on. Yeah, Rusty RC goes, I thought you guys folded. So I don't fold it. Melissa folds it. Personally, I don't understand the folding. I mean, I told her, Melissa, this is not a sandwich. Okay, this is a pizza. If they wanted you to fold it, they would have made it into a calzone. Tell me I'm wrong over here. A calzone is essentially a folded pizza. This is definitely not a New York style crust one. All right, let's get down to this right here, and I'm going to call it a night. I don't see what they're really talking about. This looks like a regular XTM Mammoth, just with bigger tires. And some extra aluminum. So we got more fuel. Oh, that's interesting. They mounted an MGT fuel tank on it. That's actually a good idea right there. This is the dual pickup team associated fuel tank. That is actually creative right there. I will give it up. That is creative. Nitro Racing, what's up, man? I'm having a pizza party, but they gave me the wrong pizza. All right, that's about it. All right, guys. So that's the. I'm upset about the pizza. Okay, I can't really keep going. I wanted the New York style crust. They gave me the hand tossed. If I wanted a hand tossed, I would have asked for it. But no, I wanted New York crust. Sickening. The New York is completely different, just so you know. It's a different style of pizza. I think they use different cheese. All right, my dudes, I'm going to enjoy my pizza. I want to say thank you all for watching. You guys out there, go have your own parties. Be happy, be safe. Don't disable yourself like I did by touching that electric motorcycle at the RC track. Now I got to go and pay a high deductible at the chiropractor tomorrow. Okay? We'll see you guys in the future.